Here's our Wendy's race menu as we come back to the Tropicana 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. A lot of action in the next month, and you'll see it on TNT and NBC. Next Sunday, the Mile, New Hampshire International Speedway. The New England 300 at 1:30 Eastern Time. Couple of weeks, the 2.5-mile giant triangle in Pocono, Pennsylvania. And then it's the Brickyard 400 on August 5th. The race for the championship on NBC and TNT. Only a couple of pit stops under this caution, and watch Dale Jr. coming on pit road a minute ago.
He just passes them on the pit road.
Wow. Excuse me, left turn. I wonder if he had his directional on. We talked about how hard this pit road is, and Dale Jarrett almost blowing the entrance to pit road on the green flag stops.
Right here, see those dots right there? That's telling you pit lane is coming up. You come off the track, and it's a hard left. And what happens is you're coming off the track that's got rubber on it, that's got stick on it, and then you get on that apron, and it's very slippery. Also, you're following, which I think is one of the best guys to get in and out of the pits, and that's Jeff Gordon. And he was trying to do the best he could to keep up.
Todd Bodine, Ron Hornaday, Jeff Burton, Dale Jr. among the leaders who pitted under this caution. Will come back for the restart. Log on now to NASCAR.com and check out the Conseco NASCAR Fantasy Challenge. You pick your own team of drivers and see how you match up against other fantasy teams. Log on today and you might just win a replica of the number 14 Conseco Winston Cup Pontiac. Field has been given the 1-to-go signal. Green flag next time by to pit road and Dave Burns.
Alan, you showed everyone Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s entrance into the pits. It was not good. Tony Uri, the crew chief, was looking to see what cars were pitting. They got a little bit out of sequence to get him in here, and that's why he made that abrupt move. He's also having motor problems. We'll keep you updated. Let's go to Matt Yoakum.
Dave, this is the right rear tire off Jerry Nadeau's car. You can see it does have some blister marks, so they have told Jerry to go a little bit easier on this number 25 machine, take a little bit easier on the tires, but the biggest concern is his health. Right now, Jerry's reporting he is sick to his stomach. Dr. Scott McNair, one of the Hendrick team physicians, is right now talking to Rick Hendrick about what they can do to help the comfort for the leader, to Marty.
And Matt, the caution before this, when everybody came down pit road, very well timed for Dale Jarrett, the second place man in points. Look at this, the left rear tire had a hole in it, had 14 pounds of air pressure when they did take it off. Right now, DJ's still a little bit free, but he's pretty happy with the car. Let's go to Bill Weber.
And just about to go green here at Chicagoland Speedway. Want to show you the right front tire they just took off of Rusty Wallace's car. It has significant damage. We'll take a look at it after they get back up to speed here. It had significant damage to the shoulder. They said that the tire wear is fine. You can see that on the tire by looking at it, but they have a lot of damage in here. You can see that this chunk is missing. Rusty did not feel anything wrong with the tire. Goodyear has told the teams increase air pressure and that these tires will take 2 laps to come in. A lot of concern on pit road.
Mr. Driver, you're looking at that?
I don't want to see that.
And thinking what? Yeah.
And I don't want them to tell me how bad it is.
And Spencer is battling for second spot.
Tell you what, 25 car got a great restart.
Kevin Harvick gets by Spencer for that second spot. Spencer got hung up around that track. Well, he's not by him yet. Maybe Spencer's going to make an outside groove all by himself.
Dewey beats Truman there, VP.
Still there.
Johnny Benson mixing it up for second also. There are 3 lap cars between leader Jerry Nadeau and this race for second. You knew the inside lane would eventually.
But that's the best the outside's looked all day.
Harvick second. Spencer third. Benson fourth. Gordon fifth. For more on Kevin Harvick, here's Marty.
Guys, during that last caution, Richard Childress radioed to Kevin Harvick. He said, you're about 3/10 faster than anybody. Kevin came back and said, I don't see anybody that can get through this traffic as good as we can. We have got a very good race car. Then he asked for an update on his teammate, Mike Skinner. Of course, the update was pretty good. They have an extremely good Kevin Harvick being very patient in the car right now. Let's go to Dave Burns.
Marty, Robbie Gordon was having a good run this weekend. Unfortunately, a water hose problem near the water pump. It either broke at the fitting or they ruptured the hose, not sure which. They're now trying to force water back into the very hot engine and get him back out.
Gordon 5 laps down in 41st position now as he loses time on pit road. Oh, man. Back at the very end of the field, they went off turn 2, 3 wide, and they all made it.
14 car, they're getting down into turn 3, got in that gray area, slid way up the racetrack.
The evil area.
The evil area.
But he kept it off the wall, and we keep under the green flag. Jeff Gordon in 5th. pressuring Johnny Benson in the 10 car for 4th. Not pressured him anymore. He's just going to go on by.
I got a sneaky feeling this 24 car is something these guys do not want to see in front, because I think Jeff Gordon is very, very good.
The usual Sunday morning stroll through the garage area, doing our reconnaissance, if you will. But number 24 was on a lot of people's lips as being the man to watch today. Even though he didn't qualify well, a lot of folks thought he was going to be very difficult to handle.
And he is going to be before the day's over, there's no doubt.
So Gordon to 4th. And that's Dale Jarrett, his rival for the championship, right behind Benson. Jarrett now in 6th. Gordon has led a lap today. DJ has not.
Last lap, great lap.
All right, let's check out the miles per hour. Gordon, Benson, Jarrett. Gordon, 199 miles per hour down in turn 1.
Correct myself. Gordon has not led a lap today. It was Ricky Rudd, one of the 3 title contenders who's collecting the bonus points.
And you can see just how close these NASCAR Winston Cup cars are in speed. About the same speed in the corner, about the same speed on the straightaway. And we're talking about a Chevrolet, a Pontiac, and a Ford. So Jarrett touched 200 miles per hour. Not me. He can have it.
Ricky Rudd is back in 13th position as we watch Dale Jarrett take a spot from Johnny Benson. That's 5th. Ricky Rudd had a little problem a moment ago. Let's take a look. Running behind John Andretti.
What's wrong with that? He just drove down on the apron. You said that were legal, didn't you?
That looked good to me.
Yeah, it looked real good to me. Jarrett closes up right on the back bumper of Gordon. And boy, they just aren't off the accelerator that long. They back off to go in the corner, touch the brake just a little bit, and back on it.
Top 2 in the NASCAR Winston Cup Championship, running nose to tail in 4th and 5th positions. About 3.5 seconds behind leader Jerry Nadeau in the Tropicana 400 at Chicagoland. Tomorrow night at 8/7 Central, don't miss out on back-to-back brand new episodes of Fear Factor and Weakest Link. That's a new Fear Factor followed by a new Weakest Link and an all-new Dateline starting Monday at 8/7 Central on NBC. No Fear Factor for Jerry Nadeau. He is blasting around the Chicagoland Speedway at speeds of 177 miles an hour. He is the leader of the Tropicana 400 as we cross the 200-mile mark in this race. Next time by, we're halfway.
Jerry Nadeau, for him, life is grand.
Well, that's where you want to be as a driver. Out front, nobody in front of you, a lot of room behind you. Car's good. Hopefully the water temperature is down.
Yeah, let's talk about the tape factor. In case you weren't with us earlier, we talked about that this car was carrying a little more tape on the nose than some others, which helps the front aerodynamic downforce, but reduces the air flowing to the radiator. Had a report that under the caution flag a minute ago, Nadeau reported a water temperature of 270 degrees, which is extraordinarily high.
Because at the speed that the pace car runs around the racetrack, not enough air was going through that small opening in the grill to cool the car off. I think at speed right now, his temperature is probably okay. Just on the caution flags is where he's going to have the problem.
8th place. Joe Nemechek, Tony Stewart, and Sterling Marlin in the 33, 20, and 40, respectively. Stewart's a guy, another one that a lot of people thought would be a strong contender to win this race. He hasn't flexed a lot of muscle yet.
Yeah, that's the guy that people kept telling me the 20 car looked so good.
Jump off the bottom there.
That corner was not exactly what Tony was looking for. Oh, we got a car in the wall. Looks like Steve Park has pounded the wall up in turn 3.
Caution's out.
Caution's down. It was us up against the top.
Steve Park has pancaked the right side of the
Guys coming on pit road.
one car.
I said pounding. I'm not sure that's exactly correct, but he has made some contact with the wall, and as you said, flattened the side of it.
Right to the garage. Matt?
Well, and he's been reporting all day his car was just terribly loose, just trying to hang on to it all day. But it looks like motor failure could be the culprit for the one car's DNF. A tough break for Steve Park, trying to bounce back. They've had some tough past couple of weeks, dropping in points. Let's go back upstairs.
Yeah, Steve has finished 23rd, 32nd, 40th, and 20th in the last 4 races after being a strong contender for the championship in the opening couple of months of the season.
And Benny, like you were saying earlier, this is not what the 25 needs to see right now. They don't need a caution. That's going to get the engine hot. That could be a problem.
You see how slow the pace car's going around the racetrack? So there's no air at all hardly going in the grill of the 25 car.
Pace car runs at 50 miles an hour. They've been racing at 175.
They do have an electric fan they can turn on to pull some air through, but obviously it isn't enough. There we see, and we can see a fire under the hood where whatever happened to the engine, some oil came out, got on the exhaust system, and then we saw a brief fire under the left by the left front tire.
Lap 138. Here come the leaders onto pit road.
And you see that Dale Jarrett, I talked about how good that Jeff Gordon was. Jarrett passed Jeff Gordon on the racetrack to take over that 4 spot.
Anybody take 2 tires here? We'll find out. Matt?
This should be a 2-tire stop for Jerry Nadeau. It should be scuffs going on the 25 car. His front tire changer, Shane Parstow, is suffering from tendinitis. He was questionable today, but he is still servicing the car, and the 25 is down and away to Bill.
Just a little over 30 laps on Spencer's tires, so he only takes 2, gets fuel, races down pit road with Nadeau. Marty.
And a lightning fast stop for Kevin Harvick. It was 2 tires only. They took a half pound out of the right front. He was a little bit tight, and he thinks he won the race off pit road.
Well, I think that Harvick won the race off pit road, but I don't know who won that race between Spencer and Nadeau, and I don't think they do either.
Reminds you of a Saturday night short track race somewhere where the driver's going to ride around beside each other waiting for the scorers to tell them where they belong.
And it's hard to do when you have a pit road speed. You're sitting there going, no, I got to go a little bit quicker, but you don't want to get nailed for speeding.
I mean, and this is not like you get a $25 fine or a $50 fine like you would at home for speeding 1 or 2 miles per hour over. They penalize you to the end of the line. I mean, it's a serious deal here.
And it would set you all the way back to about 22nd spot if you get penalized to the longest line. Under caution in the Tropicana 400, you're watching NASCAR on NBC.